Ah, yes. Let me see where on the TV they know.
The political campaign will be conducted like church.
Yes, man. Look me chief on TV. Sensible story. Let me sit back and listen to him.
Brothers and sisters, I come to you at this time not just as the leader of this great revolution, but I come to you because there is a mighty blue wave that is enveloping this entire island, this island of Tobago, our home. Because for too long, we have walked through the wilderness. And now it's time for a washing.
We are experiencing a weather phenomena. Winds from the east are colliding with winds from the west, and it looks like it's going to be a big one coming towards us. We just want you to stay safe and be prepared. The TPP is coming to take over.
60,000 people, you're behaving like 60,000 crabs in a barrel.
County 28, we are going to capsize the barrel of crab.
Wash the red paint off the land, let's paint it blue.
Come let me paint it blue.
It's a blue.
Make the old red
Taking back our heritage for me and you. Blue red. It's a blue red. Wash the red paint off the land, let's paint it blue. Blue red. It's a blue red.
Together.
60,000 strong tsunami coming through. It's a blue red.
We part in the Red Sea now. Them thinking that we will drown. We making the promised land the greatest little island.
Oh yeah.
Tell them we not backing down.
I can't hold from in the ground.
Tobago we kicking the barrel down. Come
Wash the red paint off the land. Let's paint it blue, blue red.
Oh yeah, paint it
Taking
blue.
back
We
our
taking
heritage.
Grong and Milford Court and Samson and CROWNPOINT. Buttercourt, CROWNPOINT, we are in your area tonight. This is the voice of the Tobago People's Party. Brothers and sisters, please stand for the playing of the national anthem of the Republic of Trinidad and Tobago. This would be followed by prayer by Miss Nikita Percy.
Good night. Nah, man. Good night to one and all. Amen. Amen. My task is to invite the Holy Spirit here with us this afternoon. And we can't do nothing without the presence of the Almighty God, yeah? Two verses of Psalms 127, verse 1 and 2. It says, unless the Lord builds the house, the builder labor in vain. And unless the Lord watches over the city, the guards stand watch in vain. God is building this, not man. God is building this. And that's my declaration here tonight, that God is building and we are his laborers. Father, we give you praise this afternoon. We give you thanks, oh God. You said in everything give thanks. We acknowledge your sovereignty this evening. We acknowledge your lordship, God. We acknowledge that you are King and you are Lord of Lords. You are ruler over everything. And Father, this evening we invite your Holy Spirit here with us, oh God. We invite your presence here with us because as a people, oh God, we recognize and we acknowledge that we cannot do anything on our own. We have no strength, no power of our own, oh God. And we recognize that you are Lord over everything, oh God. And we recognize that you are the watchman that builds this city, oh God. And we do not labor in vain, oh God. Father, tonight as we are about to have this meeting, I pray that your Holy Spirit will cover this village of CROWNPOINT, Bonaccord, Canaan, and by extension, the entire Trinidad and Tobago, God. We pray, oh God, as we have a meeting, oh God, we ask for a productive, fruitful meeting, oh God. I pray that every single thing will be done in decency and in order, oh God. We declare, oh God, that everything would work out as it's supposed to work out. Lord, the technicians, the system, we pray that your Holy Spirit will just hover over this place, oh God. I come against every negative vibes tonight. I come against every negative forces that would want to work against us as a people and as a party, oh God. We declare that victory is ours, oh God. We declare that we are not victims tonight, but we are victorious through the mighty name of Jesus Christ. And we declare your banner. We declare you, Jehovah Nissi. You are our banner, oh God. And we, your people, submit to your lordship. Take full and complete control, my God. In no other name I ask this, but in your Son Jesus Christ's name with thanksgiving. And the people say, amen.
Thank you, Ms. Percy. Chairman of the Tobago People's Party, Ms. Ann Natasha II. Political leader of the Tobago People's Party, the Honorable Farley Chavez Augustine. Dr. Faith Brebner, Deputy Political Leader. Mr. Trevor James, Deputy Political Leader. Mrs. Natisha Charles Pantin, Deputy Political Leader, and all other members of the executive of this, our great party. I also acknowledge the presence of the MP, the Member of Parliament for Tobago West, Mr. Joel Notsi Samson. I also acknowledge all the candidates who are on the slate for representing the Tobago People's Party on January 12th, 2026, when there will be a 50-0 sweep across all electoral districts on this island. I am Sertica Williams-Orr, and I will be your host tonight. We also acknowledge those who are viewing this meeting online on all social media platforms. Welcome. This is Hollowed Ground. Tobago People's Party is in the Bonaccord CROWNPOINT, and we are here to support the candidate, Mr. Nikita Percy.
Percy! Show them no mercy!
Son of Bishop Percy and Lucille George Percy.
Percy!
Grandson of Mr.
Show them no mercy!
Brothers and sisters, we are hyped. The energy is here. The vibe nice. But we have a serious business. Politics is serious business. Tobago is serious business where we are concerned. And at this time, I want us to stand. We embracing, and I'm asking to come to talk to us, Mr. Keegan Denoon, the candidate for Buccoo, Mount Pleasant.
First, yeah. TPP we voting for. Oh lad, we've been waiting so long. So long I've been waiting for election. So long I've been waiting for voting in the polls. Yeah. So long I've been longing for redemption, redemption, redemption. TPP as we pumping, TPP as we voting. Come bring out the friend and them. We voting on PLM. TPP as we voting, TPP as we pumping.
Good evening, TPP family. How are we feeling? How are we feeling tonight? 15-0. How that song? Permit me to recognize the chairman, Ms. Natasha Ann Second, political leader, Honorable Farley Chavez Augustine, the deputy political leader, Dr. Faith Brebner, the deputy political leader, Niketa Charles Pantin, the MP for Tobago West, and my former boss, give him a round of applause, the Honorable Joel Samson. Special good evening to our chairwoman, Ms. Sitika, as well. It is indeed a pleasure to be here tonight. I mean, if anybody would have told me years ago that I would have been standing on a TPP platform, I would have looked at them and said they're crazy. But you see, the thing is, we are about the advancement of Tobago. We are about the advancement of our people. And when a party stops you from achieving that, it is time for you to move on. Brothers and sisters, I stand here tonight firm in my conviction. It was not a difficult, it was a very difficult task, actually, leaving my former organization. And for the lessons I've learned, I am grateful. I mean, a number of the media personnel were calling today, asking to comment on internal things of that party, but I told them I have no part in that. I leave there with no animosity. My heart is clean and my hands are pure. You see, what is important, brothers and sisters, is the plans that we have for the advancement of this great island. For far too long, we have sat on the sidelines. And for far too long, we have allowed some things to continue. But 4 years ago, Tobago gave the TPP a chance. And that chance, they took it and they ran with it. The political leader, Farley Chavez Augustine, one of the most strategic individuals I've met in a very long time. Give him a round of applause. You see, when a man is a strategist, and he's also a strategist that goes before God, that's a dangerous man, ladies and gentlemen. But tonight, we are here to support Nikita Percy. When I say Nikita, you say Percy. Nikita.
Percy.
Nikita.
Show them no mercy. Percy. Show them no mercy.
My life journey has been of service. In every organization, from being the president of the Buccoo Village Council, to being program administrator of the YES program, to being director in the Lambeau Credit Union, now chairman, to being CARICOM Youth Ambassador. Every step in my journey has been one of service to the people of Tobago. But I am so very passionate about the young people of Tobago, especially those who feel like they have no voice. You see, there are a group of young people who need direction and advice. And we are here to stand in the gap for that. You see, I have the privilege of speaking before two of my former bosses. My first boss was Joel Samson, and my current boss is Wane Clarke. And so I have some heavy weight on my shoulders tonight to ensure that I do not embarrass them. But you see, the thing about it is I sat there tonight, and my former boss, Mr. Samson, looked over and said, he has no fear, because he has all confidence in the ability that I have. Because in every position that I have held, brothers and sisters, I have excelled and I have given human service to the people of Tobago. What is important is on January 12th, we are again going to face the polls. And you have to determine the future of this island. And determine the future that you want for your children and your children's children. It is about time that we continue the work that has been put in over the past 4 years. And I say this without fear of contradiction. No administration is perfect. But an administration that tries, and puts the people of Tobago first. A political leader who listens to the people. And you can see that evidently by the reinstallation of Mr. Pollard. Give him a round of applause as well. You recognize at the end of the day, the power lies in the hand of the people. And sometimes as politicians, as assemblymen, we come so earnestly and we forget the people. But I'm making a commitment this evening that both in and out of political season, you are going to see your 15 candidates on the ground representing you day in, day out, ensuring that they take care of the people of Tobago. The thing about it is, some may ask the question, why did I decide to join the TPP? And the decision was a difficult one. Long conversations and so on. But what was the breaking point for me? Even after I prayed and fasted. You see, after the voice note leaked, you see, when man means evil, God means good. So you see, after the voice note came out, I came home the afternoon and I met over 30-something young people at my gate. And they were excited at the perspective of me being their representative. And I had to break it down to them and explain to them that, no, that is not how the politics works and so forth. But one young man said something that still resonates in my mind this evening. He said to me, I understand all the political bureaucracies and the red tapes and so on, but I want you to consider something, Mr. Denoon. What is more important? Is a political party more important than the people that you claim to love and to serve? And I looked at him, and I felt the pain, and I saw it in his eyes. Because those young people need someone to represent them that they feel passionate about. That they know that when that person goes there, without fear of contradiction, that person will represent them and represent them well. And that was the changing point in my decision. So I am not here for the applause. I am here to serve the people of Tobago. And that I will do to the best of my ability. And to join me on this journey, brothers and sisters, is none other than Mr. Nikita Bounty Percy.
Percy! Show them no mercy!
A man who has given human service to this community. He was the manager of Phoenix, also a member of the Nazarene Church. He has been around. He's a man on the ground. And that is someone that you can put your trust in. Give Nikita Percy a round of applause.
Percy! Show them no mercy!
When I had a conversation with Mr. Percy, I asked him, what are you most passionate about? I know what his response was. He is most passionate about seeing his people rise and lifting all of them together. When you have a politician, brothers and sisters, and their modus operandi is not for self, but for the benefit of the people of Tobago, that is someone that we can put our trust in. When I say Nikita, you say Percy. Nikita,
Percy!
Nikita,
Percy!
Nikita.
Percy! Show them no mercy!
And up next, after I come off the stage, you would see none other than Mr. Wane Clarke, a man of very few words, but a man of powerful action. He has been my boss for the past couple months. You see, the thing about it is, brothers and sisters, in all the decade that I have been working, I have never met a secretary as dedicated as he was. Normally, a secretary would sit in the office and give instruction. I made a joke with him one time and said, the next time you are in my village, give me a call and I will come and work with you. That came a bit sooner than I expected. At 7 a.m., my phone rang. And he said, well, we are down in your village. The machine is down, but we are making no excuses. We are going to cut it manually. So I had to get up out of my bed, load my brush cutter, and come down. Because you see, with a man like Wane Clarke, he's a man that gets it done regardless of the situation. He makes no excuses for what needs to be done. And the thing is, like my former boss, Mr. Samson, they don't like the camera. And I keep reminding them that as politicians, if there is no picture or no video, it was never done. But these men have been doing the work and they continue to do the work. And that was seen when Mr. Samson took home the Tobago West seat a few mere months ago. Give him another round of applause.
TPP from the anchor. Let it go.
The thing about it is, and I want, if you remember nothing else, remember this. When a man works passionately and serves the people diligently from his heart, the Lord will reward him bountifully. We go out into these electoral districts with God before us, with God beside us, and God behind us, knowing that once we have Christ, we already have the victory. And on January 12th, when all is said and done, we will gather here, or we will meet even up by where the main office is in Scarborough, on the Esplanade, or we meet on the Esplanade. When all 15 seats are counted for the victory of the Tobago People's Party, we would again sing and rejoice, knowing that Tobago continues on that path, making this the greatest, making this the greatest little island on the planet. I thank you.
Give them the anchor, give them, we go give them the anchor, give them the anchor, give them, we go give them the anchor. The anchor was,
Brothers and sisters,
the anchor was, this election, so will be problems, need protection, causes mixed for all of them, the TPP, we able and ready, we looking for victory, not see, it's trouble, the anchor was, the anchor was, the anchor was. It's mixed up in Charlottesville. All the way to Patience Hill.
brothers and sisters, Tobago, let no one use the word defection when talking about Keigon. No. Brothers and sisters, let us understand this. A rising tide lifts all boats. No one delights in stagnation. No one. And the TPP, led by the Honorable Farley Chavez Augustine, is a rising tide. And it will continue to lift all boats. People will come because there is vision. There is commitment to Tobago. There is a desire, and we say it all the time, to make Tobago the greatest little island on the planet. So, Keigon, we embrace and welcome you. You are not a defector. You have understood what a rising tide is. It lifts all boats and ensures that they are anchored in the TPP, the anchor holes.
TPP from the anchor.
Brothers and sisters, we have a fixed calendar for harvest on this island, our traditional harvest. And we know that Lambeau's harvest is usually, it coincides with Father's Day, the third Sunday in June. But in 2026, we're moving harvest in Lambeau from Father's Day to January 12th, because the man with his sting in the tail would ensure that nobody could be harvest whatever after January 20th. Assemblyman candidate Wane Clarke, come and talk to your people.
First, yeah. TPP we voting for. Oh lad, we've been waiting so long. So long I've been waiting for election. So long I've been waiting for, voting in the polls, yeah. So long I've been longing for redemption.
Keigon, good night. Allow me to stand on the already observed protocols. I was listening, Keigon, that tonight. You're lucky you say I is your boss, and if you didn't talk about me good, I know where you was going and clock your card in the morning. Brothers and sisters, tonight is a good night to be here. It's a good night to be in Keigon. It's a good night to launch the political career of a bright young man. Tonight is a good night to give you Mr. Percy, because when all the others running wild, looking for mercy, we said, don't worry, man, we have Percy. Percy! Show them no mercy! I want to talk to you tonight about the past 4 years. The past 4 years has been nothing short of a memorable journey for us. A journey that saw us, each and every one of the candidates that were successful in the 2021 election, keep growing day by day. It's the first time that we had a whole executive council entering the THA all as virgins. Well, I ain't meaning that way there. But freshmen to the task. And it shows you that being new to a task doesn't mean you're going to fail. Because the record is there to show that even if we were serving the first time, we completed this 4 years with a lot of firsts in mind. And the record is there to show. Since I was small, I hear people talking about the carnival and Tobago should get your own carnival. We came in first, and we were the first to actually do it. They talk about sporting this and sporting that. We came in first, and we actually did the first beach facility in Trinidad and Tobago. That was our first. We came in first, and we gave Tobago its first high diving extravaganza, the Dutch diving competition, and it was a huge success. We came in as first timers, and you don't have to worry and strain up on this road here now. We give you our next one in the back, and soon we're giving you our next one on the other side. We walk in. Anybody who have eyes and who have understanding could see that Tobago is in a better place now as to 4 years ago. Do you agree with me? We are in a place where we are progressing. And let me tell you, progress really bothers some people. Especially somebody when they look around and see, but wait, it's 21 years I was here. Me and do no carnival. Me and do no diving. Me and build no road. What you really do? All you do is confuse Tobago people for 21 years. But Farley Chavez Augustine said that we stop confusing you and we start showing you what success is really about. Tonight we have Mr. Percy before you. We have Mr. Denoon. Not see you win already, man. You can't shake your head. We have Mr. Tate. We have Mr. Henry. We have Ricky. Ricky, you see I'm calling out your name when I come by the place. Make sure I get free thing. And we have a whole slate of candidates that I assure you is the best for Tobago now. If you are sick, you will want the best medicine. Under the PNM, Tobago was sick, and we start administering the medicine of the TPP. Tobago is on the road to recovery, and Tobago is about to soar as high as we want it to soar. We are not about the flashy images. We are about doing the work. And I want to address something in Keigon. You see, I'm a man. If I did something wrong, I did something wrong, and I leave you to vent, knowing that I was the fault. We delay a lot on your playground in the back there. But Bunty came over and tell me he come to fight. I said, man, how you gonna fight? He said, I want the playground now. I said, Bunty, work with me, we gonna get it done. I'm pleased to inform you that on Friday, we changed the parts in the lighthouse and we're just waiting on the sun to get the lift truck over there. So I assure you that in a few days, a week at most, once the weather is good, you will have your field relighted and you will be able to play as long as you want. And even while I was doing that, when he come and threatened me, I said, Bounty, before you come in here, let me let you know, me afraid you. But we're working together. Mr. Denoon, I want you to give yourself a round of applause. You know why? It takes a man to move from regressing to progressing. And when you understand where you need to be, half the job is already done. People will talk. You stay there, somebody got to talk. You move on, somebody got to talk. But you made the best decision for Tobago, so if somebody talking, their talk will be congratulations, welcome home, and continue working to build Tobago. This election is serious business. You know why this is serious and probably one of the most critical elections in Tobago's history? Because for some reason, if you look, even in biblical times, when you're on a journey, after you make the first step and you start moving, you tend to look back. And we know what has happened when you look back. We are turning no pillar of salt here. We going ahead. The Tobago People's Party anchor Tobago in a good place. And we are continuing to progress like Tobago has never seen progress before. We have the best slate of candidates on show. We have the people that could do the work for Tobago. We have the people that has the desire to increase Tobago's value. And we have the people that is going to take Tobago where Tobago rightfully belongs. Farley Chavez Augustine, younger than me, but why? That man does make some big decision. One day he come by me and said, well, Chief, me I know champagne, you know. He said, no, I come to talk. He said, this election, we have to rise up and really anchor Tobago. We have to rise up and do what Tobago needs to get done. We have to rise up. You see, and furthermore, as a praying man, I kneel and ask God to stand before them that try to stand against us. Fight against them that try to fight against us. We understand and we know that come the 12th of January, elections are won on election day. As nice as this crowd looks, it means nothing if you didn't go out on the 12th of January and vote. Voting is what's going to give you victory. The two of them begin with V, but you have to vote to be victorious. And I tell you, you're voting in this district for Mr. Percy, the best candidate on show. This is the only time we're going to be showing up, showing the picture, showing the name. But the next 4 years, he's going to just be showing the work.
Percy!
Yes, he gonna
show
be
them no mercy! Percy! Show them no mercy!
I have confidence in Mr. Percy. I am confident that Mr. Percy will deliver for Keigon Bonaccord. I am confident that Mr. Percy has his heart in it. I have confidence that Mr. Percy will do what others failed to do for Canaan Bonaccord.
Percy!
And I
Show them no
also
mercy!
have maximum confidence that come the 12th of January, Mr. Percy will be victorious. I have confidence.
Show them no mercy!
Come the 12th of January, Mr. Keigon will be victorious. I have confidence that come the 12th of January, Tate will be victorious. I have confidence that come the 12th of January, Mr. Darren Henry, will be victorious. I have extreme confidence that Ricky Joefield will do what has never been done in Wim. He's gonna be victorious. Sometimes you're calling everybody's name and forget to call yours. I am confident that in Lambeau, Lowlands, I will be victorious. In closing, brothers and sisters, I want you to take a little time and reflect, understand what lies ahead. More than ever, some people, this is the last chance to have any kind of power until 2030. This is why they're going to throw everything at us. You're going to hear voice note, you're going to hear all kinds of things. But I tell you, forget what you're hearing and move with the Tobago People's Party. The others are just rumors, the others are just loose stuff, the others are just looking for a place to call home. But why they just follow Keigon and come over? Come the 12th of January, this team led by Farley Chavez Augustine will lead Tobago to victory again. This team will get down to work and this team will start lifting Tobago up. But I want you to understand that in victory, just as how each and every one of you came out and vote, each and every one of you need to commit yourself to the development of Tobago. That means each and every one of you have to demonstrate productivity. Each and every one of us have to stand up to the task that's before us, because I tell you, rebuilding ain't no easy work. That is why the Chief Secretary, in his wisdom, when he was looking for a team to rebuild Tobago, said, man, anything falling down, put Percy. Anything that ain't looking right, go for Keigon. If you need strength to lift it up, look Tate. You see the size of Tate? And when you do all of that, when you work hard, you're just hungry, look Ricky. We have a serious duty to perform on the 12th of January, brothers and sisters. It's good to talk and laugh, and it's good to have fun. It's good to mind your business, and our business is on the 12th of January. Yes, we have to mind our business because only after the 12th of January we could resume the moving forward at Tobago. It's only after the 12th of January when you come out and place your vote by the anchor. You ever really examine an anchor? Tobago was slipping down a road, you know. Yes, Tobago was slipping down a road, and they try, you know, when your car's slipping, you just have to put something that it had grips, so the tire could get it grip to move out of the slippery place. For years, we were throwing ballies there, and the wheel only skidding more and more and more. But with the anchor, Tobago was stabilized. And Tobago is at a place where it's ready to launch forward. Look at that slingshot. For it to go as far as possible, you have to pull it back first. And the Chief Secretary has already pulled it back. He pulled back Keigon, he pulled back Bounty, and they're going to launch as far as possible. I want you to understand that our candidates are men who are willing to do the work. Chief Secretary said he wants a few good men And when he was calling out name, I sit down with him and they're calling out, I said, but Chief, you ain't call me? He said, no, you're coming just now. He said, look, Percy is a man. Percy gonna do what has to be done to make Canaan Bonaccord a proud district. Keigon gonna do what is to be done to make Buccoo Mount Pleasant a proud district. You see, Joel Sampson has been doing what needs to be done to make Tobago West a great district. Give Joel Sampson a round of applause. Imagine, it required a regime change for Tobago for the first time to get all the measly money that the central government allocated to us. The first time we get all was that fiscal gone there. Why somebody who we claim to be our own didn't see it fit to give us what was agreed on? Why somebody who we claim as our own didn't see it fit to treat Tobago with respect? Why somebody who we claim to be our own didn't see it fit to treat Tobago as equals? Brothers and sisters, sometimes they said the worst dog to bite you. And we feel that bite from our former Prime Minister over and over and over. But I tell you, when you get injured, you need a good physician. And Farley Chavez Augustine went and recruited 14 of the best along with himself. And we can say all the wounds that were administered to you during the past 21 years is about to be treated, healed, and you are going to be whole again as an island, the island of Tobago. We're going to work to make Tobago that greatest little island on the planet, because we have the best candidate that can assure you that we will make Tobago the greatest little island on the planet. On 12th of January, when we finish and the polls close and they finish counting, because I have a good idea when they start to count. When they see one on the ballot paper, they say, man, look, you and see the writing on the wall. Farley, all you go on. We done count, man. So we're going to reach up in the Esplanade, and each and every Tobagonian could feel proud to say I played a part in that victory. Each and every one of us will be standing tall and looking good. That's the way a TPP should. Thank you for the night. Thank you for coming out tonight. And as we continue along this journey, let us understand that we have to not leave out the most important part. The most important part of all of this is on January 12th. Let us remember and let us go out and do what is important.
Percy! Show them no mercy!
Our destiny is somehow tied up in each other's destiny. We have to work together to make that Tobago dream a reality. And it takes each and every one of us to ensure that that is done. Tobago has to rise. Tobago has to develop. Tobago has to become great. And Tobago has to win with the Tobago People's Party come the 12th of January. We're starting down here with Nikita Percy. I thank you.
Percy!
I come out to dirty my finger. I'm ready to dirty my finger. Paint and oil, rub it all over. Let we get money together. I come out to dirty my finger. I'm ready to dirty my finger. Chop chop come from a Grenada. So let we get dirty together. I come out to dirty my finger. I'm ready to dirty my finger. Paint and oil, rub it all over. Let we get money together. I come out to dirty my finger. I'm ready to dirty my finger. Chop chop come from a Grenada. So let we get dirty together. I come out to dirty my finger. I'm ready to dirty my finger. Paint and oil, rub it all over. Let we get money together. I come out to dirty my finger. I'm ready to dirty my finger. Chop chop come from a Grenada. So let we get dirty together. I come out to dirty my finger. I'm ready to dirty my finger. Paint and oil, rub it all over. come out to dirty my finger. I'm ready to dirty my finger. Chop chop come from a Grenada. So let we get dirty together. I come out to dirty my finger. I'm ready to dirty my finger. Paint and oil, rub it all over. Let we get money together. I come out to dirty my finger. I'm ready to dirty my finger. Chop chop come from a Grenada. So let we get dirty together. I come out to dirty my finger. I'm ready to dirty my finger. Paint and oil, rub it all over. Let we get money together. I come out to dirty my finger. I'm ready to dirty my finger. Chop chop come from a Grenada. So let we get dirty together. I come out to dirty my finger. I'm ready to dirty my finger. Paint and oil, rub it all over. Let we get money together. I come out to dirty my finger. I'm ready to dirty my finger. Chop chop come from a Grenada. So let we get money together. I come out to dirty my finger. I'm ready to dirty my finger. Paint and oil, rub it all over. Let we get money together. I come out to dirty my finger. I'm ready to dirty my finger. Chop chop come from a Grenada. So let me get dirty together. I come out to dirty my finger. I'm ready to dirty my finger. Paint and oil, rub it all over. Let me get money together. I come out to dirty my finger. I'm ready to dirty my finger. Chop chop come from a Grenada. So let me get dirty together. I come out to dirty my finger. I'm ready to dirty my finger. Paint and oil, rub it all over. Let me get money together. I come out to dirty my finger. I'm ready to dirty my finger.
Percy, show them no mercy. Percy, show them no mercy.
TPP drop the anchor. I come out to.
Brothers and sisters, one accord, Crown Point, you have to show off yourself, you know. You have been so much in the news the last week. You get your gift already for Christmas. You have a whole radar in the air. You alone have your Christmas gift. You ain't waiting on Santa again. The only thing some of us going to get in the air for Christmas is a kite. Brothers and sisters, Nikita, you have big shoes to fill. You have good example. You have folks who went before you from the TPP, who showed what commitment, who showed what devotion, who showed what determination, who showed what love for people is like. Brothers and sisters, let us welcome the former Assemblyman for Bonaccord Crown Point, now the Member of Parliament for Tobago West, our own Joel Nazi Samson.
All aboard! The shipping over! TPP crew, where are they? All are coming! Come in! When you hear the horn song, all aboard the TPP ship. Tobago, it is your time now. All aboard the TPP ship. There is no need to worry. All aboard the TPP ship. We're sailing with Captain Farley.
Bonaccord, Crown Point, good night. How we feeling tonight? I find her too far from the crowd. I want to come a little closer to the crowd. Let me come close to me, people.
Percy, show them no mercy.
Allow me to stand on all protocols already observed. I am Joel Nazi Samson, all your boy, from right there in Milford Court, just a stone's throw away. I had to back me hat tonight. Because you see the people on the other side, tell them they fear mongering, they dirty politics, they gutter politics, it ain't working again. Because I remember 4 years ago, on December the 6th, 2021, the has been, the have been, the wanna be, the wanna rise, had to lie down and go in the political grave when Nazi come on the scene.
social media, but people just be sending me little snippets, sending me things, and I see they talking. All of a sudden they come out, you know. They come out from wherever nook and cranny they was hiding. There was like Adam and Eve in the garden hiding. All of a sudden they come out. But here what I want to tell them now, as the former area representative of Bonaccord CROWNPOINT, I did a damn good job in the area. Being an assemblyman and a secretary is not an easy job. You have to have some kind of balance between both, because you have to serve your electoral district and you have to serve the needs of the division that serves the wider space of Tobago. Added to that, you have a family, so you have to find the balance between the three. And I did a damn good job from 2021 until my time in 2025. You see, the people on the other side, there was only a mouth for some people. I listen to them, and I want to commend my brother. Stand up, Keegan Denoon, boy. Stand up. Stand up, Nikita Percy. Stand up. Percy. I want to commend these two young men for taking that bold and brave step to carry Tobago forward, to carry Tobago to the next destination. You see, I listen to them on the media, and they're talking, and they start on Keigon about, oh, this and that. It is not the first time someone has crossed the floor. But you know what has happened to them on the other side? If you do something, you're the worst. So if a PNM build a house, Ray PNM build a house, you build a house, he thief to build the house. Them buy a car, they celebrate them. You buy a car, how we get that? He sell drugs, he thief. The same way them get it, you could work hard to get it the same way. The same way you cross the floor, people crossed the floor from here and went to their side, and they said nothing. They remained quiet. They were like dumb dogs in Jerusalem, but now they want to come out the political grave. Go back and lie down in all the grave. Because the Tobago People's Party, the anchor holds, and we have anchored Tobago. I want to speak to the division a bit, because growth is always imminent. I was the assistant secretary at the Division of Infrastructure, Quarries and Urban Development, and my work there speaks volume to the Tobago space. I raised the level of workers from here to here, that now the URP department is in high demand across the Tobago space. When I went to that division and was given responsibility over them, I took charge and I started to work along with my other colleagues to ensure that we made an impact in the lives of the lower level workers. And we worked and we worked and we continued to do what was necessary to ensure that Tobago get to the place of becoming the greatest little island on the planet. My work there saw me elevated to the Secretary of Community Development, Youth Development and Sport, where I continued in the same vein of working to ensure that I changed the lives of persons, to ensure that young people had an opportunity to be their best selves. And this organization, led by the Honorable Farley Chavez Augustine, has gone leaps and bounds in the Tobago space. We have gone from going backwards to going forward. Because if you look at the space, when you look at the development, when you look at the infrastructural challenges that we have faced, we have done marvelous. We have created roads where they said no roads could have been created. If you had told me years ago as a little boy growing up in this area that I would have had a road coming through Cano Bay, coming through the Friendship Estate, straight down to CROWNPOINT, I would have said you are lying. But we have a minister road in Trevor James. Give him a round of applause. Each and every secretary and assistant secretary work tirelessly in this space. We work against fight. We work against all manner of evil. But you know what? God continue to rise his people up. God continue to anchor us down in Tobago so that we can perform our duties. When you look at my electoral district, Bonaccord CROWNPOINT, buzzing with activity, buzzing with tourism, I had a hard task. But you know what? I buckled down and I got to work. We had a lot of infrastructural challenges in this area. And I said to the people, we will get them done one by one and together. And we started to work. If you look at the area in CROWNPOINT, opposite Cocoa Reef, where there was constant ponding, where nothing was being done, we made an attempt to do the impossible, and that is to treat with the water ponding situation there. And now we have a solution so that when there is heavy rainfall, even though there is a little ponding for a while, within 15 minutes, that water is cleared up. And those on the other side want to talk about it's a failure. They are a failure. That is why they are where they are for today. I work tirelessly in this area, supporting persons, supporting families, supporting churches, supporting both schools, the primary school and the special school. I would have gone above and beyond in service. That is why on the 23rd of May this year, I was sworn into the National Parliament because my work spoke volume and boundaries. I would have moved the level of young people from here to here in the district because I understand that young people need some guidance. I was young once and I needed guidance, and there were persons who would have guided me then. So I took up the duty to ensure that I could have guided them. And most of them, I have made an impact in their lives, and they are doing much better. And I will continue to work alongside Nikita Percy when he's elected as the next area representative for CROWNPOINT. I don't want to be too long tonight, but what I am about to do is very important. Because after a rigorous screening process, we have selected a candidate that is fit for the job. We have selected a candidate that has remained grounded all his life. We have selected Lucille Percy's boy, our boy, Nikita Percy.
Percy! Show them no mercy!
We grew up together in the Canaan Church of the Nazarene. While at the Church of the Nazarene, he was the president of the Nazarene Youth International. And from there, he had the leadership style that I knew one day he would be elevated to somewhere where he will lead his people. And I have no fear. I am comfortable at mind, comfortable at heart, that he will lead us, that he will continue to do the work that I would have started. He will continue to let this district progress. He will do his best. He will serve with dignity. He will serve with honesty. He will serve with clean hands. Those on the other side will try to come and derail us. But let them know that no train can stop this bounty. So tonight, I want to introduce to you a man of God, a man of the ground, a man of the people. I want to introduce to you tonight to the lectern, none other than Nikita Percy.
This is the sound. One love, one mission. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah. Hear the call of the people, the voice loud and clear. Man, I call CROWNPOINT, we cast out the fear. Nikita Percy, him step up to the task. A new day a dawn, no time to wear a mask. From the ground, him rise up. A true man of the style. Ready to put in the work, ready for the tile. The TPP banner, wave it up high, let me see. Him a go represent for you and for me. Oh, bounty on a mission, you hear the people chanting. Step up to the table, no more separating. Banner for CROWNPOINT, we stand for the right. With a vote for the future, we igniting the light. From Milford Court to Lava Ground, we feeling the vibe. It's a mandate of progress to maintain the island's drive. Yeah, 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 yeah. A heavy heartbeat.
Keigon, Bonaccord, CROWNPOINT. I hear know you, man. Is it rain? Keigon, Bonaccord, CROWNPOINT. That song better. Allow me to stand on all protocol already observed. Ladies and gentlemen, friends, neighbors, visitors, and every other member of this beloved community, Bonaccord, CROWNPOINT. Good evening, and thank you for gathering here. I stand before you humbled and inspired by the journey that has brought me here. My name is Nikita Raymond Bounty Gomaldo Percy.
Percy! Show them no mercy!
I know for certain it is that I am a child of this community. I was raised by his hands, strengthened by his struggles, guided by his wisdom, and shaped by its legacy of service that runs through the veins of my family, like a river that never runs dry. My grandfather, Buccoo, cast his nets into the sea, not just to feed his household, but to feed his community. My grandmothers, Irene Pearl George, Mommy Pearl, and Norma Percy, would have opened their kitchen and their hearts to anyone who needed a warm plate of food and a warm word of encouragement. My mother, Lucille George Percy. My mother, Lucille George Percy, taught generations of young people, not just in classrooms, but on fields, on court, in street, and in home, how discipline, excellence, and community spirit truly means. This soil I come from, this foundation I stand on, this example I follow. Many of you saw me grow up in church. You saw me lean, stumble, fall, rise again, and eventually lead these young persons as the president of the Nazarene Church Youth Group, as well as taught in the Crossroad program. I will not pretend no day or time to be perfect. I've made mistakes. I've backslidden. I have lost my way at times. But I believe with all my heart that God is a restorer. And when he calls you back to purpose, you must answer with obedience, humility, and fire in your bones. I am standing here today because I believe God is calling me to serve. Not in words, but in action. Not in talk, but in truth. Not in show, but in genuine transformation. I believe our island deserves leaders who care, who listen, who show up even when all these cameras aren't around. Leaders who bring energy, zeal, compassion, and integrity to every corner of community life. I have been in this TPP administration led by the Farley Augustine. The Tobago People's Party, where Tobagonians get the opportunity to decide their own future and their own destiny. One that I am proud to be a part of, and one that cares about each individual community. Our community stands at a crossroad, facing a mixture of long-term, medium-term, and immediate needs that affect the daily life of the people. A lot of improvement have already started with my predecessor, now Member of Parliament, the Honorable Joel Notsi Sampson. We understand that the essential service must always meet the needs of a growing community. While the mandate of the Water and Sewage Authority, WASA, falls under the central government, your Tobago People Party administration in the THA is committed to working seamlessly with our counterparts in Port of Spain to guarantee a reliable and continuous water supply for every resident. We recognize the frustration, especially here in CROWNPOINT, where the supply has been challenging. It's disheartening to reflect on the previous administration, specifically the PNM government, who proclaimed to carry out hundreds of millions of dollars in upgrade to water plants across Tobago. Yet the results in many areas have been decreased in services. It raises a serious question about where that money really went. We are here tonight to focus on solutions, not excuses. The TPP will ensure that the necessary collaboration and investment take place to fix this fundamental issue once and for all. Road maintenance and flood control are paramount to safety and commerce. I am pleased to announce that a crucial drainage project for the Milford Road, starting right here in front of us tonight, heading straight down to 4 roads in front of Tammy's Supermarket, is on schedule to kick off early next year. This vital work will finally alleviate the flooding that residents and business faces on the stretch whenever there's heavy rainfall. And to you, Ms. Barbara Wills, and the resident of Keigon Bay Road, I give you my firm assurance tonight we will address the challenging flooding in your area. This problem should not have occurred in the first place, and it is due to bad drainage design executed by our predecessors, but your TPP representative is going to ensure it is decisively dealt with tonight in the near future. Our community space are at the heart and soul of Bonaccord, CROWNPOINT. And I must say Keigon, because Keigon is our neighbors. And we are moving swiftly to modernize them. The refurbishment and revitalization of the Tobago Beach facility is top priority. I am happy to report the conceptual designs have already been completed, and we have successfully carried out meaningful consultation with stakeholders. We are presently finalizing the detailed designs to ensure the execution of this renovation project begin without delay, guaranteeing the Tobago remains a vibrant, world-class hub for everyone. There has been a recent opening of the Swallows vendors booth, but there is also a growing potential for developing a boardwalk and coastal facility for the Swallows to Pigeon Point, especially since our community is one of the hubs for tourism on the island, along with continued care and attention for the Pigeon Point jetty, which supports both livelihood and tourism alike. Our fisher folks and business owners have long expressed concerns that require clear, structured engagement and long-term solutions, which I intend to listen to and see how best we can add to solving all these issues. Additionally, this constituency, one of the most densely populated on the island, urgently needs an early childhood care and education center operated by the Division of Education, Research and Technology, one that is fully equipped to serve the area, ensuring that our youngest and most vulnerable learners have a strong and secure foundation. Moreover, there are plans for the reopening of the Bonaccord Trade Center in a more modernized manner to equip young men and women with skills necessary for the sustainable development of the community and the island by extension. Across the community, our young men need jobs, our young women need opportunities, and our families deserve a future built on stability and growth. I promise to earnestly seek your interests, have open conversation and discussions, ask pertinent questions, and have respectful collaboration with the relevant authorities on your behalf. And on the way forward, all I ask of you is that you bear with me, hold some strain as we seek to address these issues. Remember, Rome was not built in a day, but it was built. I am committed to being that kind of servant, a servant who lifts others, a servant who protects the vulnerable, a servant who works tirelessly for the betterment of every family, every youth, every elder, and our future generation. My passion is people. My mission is service. My drive comes from my upbringing, my faith, my unshakable love for this community.
Percy! Show them no mercy!
I am here to ask for your accountability. Hold me to your high standard. Expect excellence from me. Demand integrity from me. And walk alongside me as we build something greater than any one of us could ever create. Together we can revive the spirit of the unity. Together we can uphold the pride of our village, our island. Together we can honor the legacy of those who served before us by serving with even greater commitment. With God's guidance, with your support, and with your shared determination, I am ready to give you my all.
Percy!
May God bless you.
Show them no mercy.
May God bless this community. And may God bless this Tobago, the greatest little island on this planet. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you.
Selector, turn up the rhythm. Milford Court, Far Road, Lava Ground, Silcock, Merchant Man Drive, the whole of Court, CROWNPOINT. This is the sound. One love, one mission. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah. Hear the call of the people, the voice loud and clear. Court, CROWNPOINT, we cast out the fear. Nikita Percy, him step up to the task. A new day at dawn, no time to wear a mask. From the ground, him rise up. A true man of the style, ready to put in the work, ready for the tile. The TPP banner, wave it up high, let me see. Him a go represent for you and for me. Oh, bounty on a mission, you hear the people chanting. Step up to the table, no more separating. Banner Court, CROWNPOINT, we stand for the ride. With a vote for the future, we ignite in the light. From Milford Court to Lava Ground, we feeling the vibe. It's a mandate.
Brothers and sisters, let's shake off the coal. Let's have shake off bounty as the rhythm section takes us through. Show them love.
First, yeah. TPP we voting for. Oh lad, oh lad. We've been waiting so long. So long I've been waiting for election. So long I've been waiting for voting in the polls. Yeah. So long I've been longing for redemption, redemption, redemption. TPP as we pumping, TPP as we voting. Come bring out the friend and them. We voting on PNM. TPP as we voting, TPP as we pumping. Come bring out the friend and them. We voting on PNM. Vote them up, vote them up, vote them out. Just bring out the family. We voting for TPP. Vote them up, vote them up, vote them out. Vote until you can't stop. Just bring out the family. We voting for TPP. It's a kind of feeling when all the flags waving and the whole crowd shouting and everybody dancing. It's a kind of feeling reality hit me. That is the best feeling. So when all you come out to vote, we don't want the bad vibes wrong, yeah. When all you come out to vote, all we put is good vibes in, yeah. Cause election so nice, and it full of a real vibe. Let me tell you now, TPP we outside. TPP as we pumping, TPP as we voting. Come bring out the friend and them, we voting on PNM. TPP as we pumping, TPP as we voting. Come bring out the friend and them, we voting on PNM. Vote them up, vote them up, vote them out. Vote until you can't stop. Just bring out the family. We voting for TPP. Vote them up, vote them up, vote them out. Vote until you can't stop. Just bring out the family. We voting for TPP. First, yeah. TPP we voting for. Oh lad, oh lad. We've been waiting so long. So long I've been waiting for election. So long I've been waiting for voting in the polls, yeah. So long I've been longing for redemption, redemption, redemption. TPP as we pumping, TPP as we voting. Come bring out the friend and them. We voting on PNM. TPP as we voting, TPP as we pumping. Come bring out the friend and them. We voting on PNM. Vote them up, vote them up, vote them out. Vote until you can't stop. Just bring out the family. We voting for TPP. Vote them up, vote them up, vote them out. Vote until you can't stop. Just bring out the family. We voting for TPP. It's a kind of feeling when all the flags waving and the whole crowd shouting and everybody dancing. It's a kind of feeling reality hit me. Check, check, check. Feeling.
TPP family.
So when all you come out to vote, we don't want the bad vibes.
Well, the flag minutes.
When all you come out to vote, all we put is good vibes in, yeah. Cause election so nice and it full of a real vibe. Let me tell
January
you now,
12th, who we voting?
TPP as we pumping, TPP as we voting. Come bring out the friend and them. We voting on PNM.
So we're just waiting on the rain to pass, right?
Yes, we voting.
In the meantime, we'll build our vibes.
We voting on PNM. Vote them up, vote them up, vote them out. Vote until you can't stop. Just bring out the family. We voting for TPP. Vote them up, vote them up, vote them out. Vote until you can't stop. Just bring out the family. We voting for TPP. This whole time I've been waiting.
So when the rain cool long, you can bring back out your chairs. The chairs that's out, find something to dry them.
gentlemen, we think the rain has eased off a bit. We're asking you to come to the center. We have business to conclude tonight. Remember Bonaccord CROWNPOINT on January 12th. The only candidate to consider on the ballot, Nikita Percy. The only candidate to consider. Remember, the symbol is the anchor. The anchor must continue to hold in Bonaccord CROWNPOINT. And let me remind you that tomorrow, Wednesday evening, the TPP's meeting will be held at Zion Hill, Bell Garden. So all of us from Tobago West will journey to Tobago East to support Dr. Faith Brebner at Bell Garden, 7 p.m., Zion Hill. Remember, they say wise men come from the east, but they always settle in the west. So we are journeying from the west to lend our support in the east. Remember, January 12th, Bonaccord CROWNPOINT. Who are you voting for? Nikita Percy.
Show them no mercy. Percy. Show them no mercy.
Every vote counts. You cannot stay at home on January 12th. You got to get every member of your family out. We will show them no mercy.
Percy.
Percy.
Show them no mercy.
No mercy. Mr. DJ, give us some music there.
All aboard!
Brothers and sisters, let us rise. Let us welcome the captain of the TPP ship. Let us welcome the helm. Let us welcome political leader, Tobago People, the Honorable.
A week but I'm holding on in order to stay around in a life therapy imbalance. For it is nature's way until judgment day. Weakness ain't got a chance. Playing strong cause I realize the price little one must pay to keep the big one in paradise. This torment and misery all day. Destruction of the weak. Yes, nature's plan.
Night, TPP family.
The humble and the meek.
Good night, Bonaccord CROWNPOINT. And yes, we are having showers of blessings tonight. But tonight we are here because we are certain in our minds that on January the 12th, by 6 p.m. in the evening, we would have come out to the polls just like Bounty Killer, cross, angry, and miserable, and ready to vote, and vote resoundingly against the PNM, and vote resoundingly for the anchor. Tonight, I want to congratulate those who spoke before me. We heard tonight from the newest kid on the block, Mr. Keegan Denoon. Let's hear it from Mr. Denoon. And I'm seeing that Mr. Denoon is getting a baptism of fire. But in this party, fire does refine us. Fire don't break us. Fire does build us. And we always come out shinier, much more beautiful, So them pour on all the fire they could pour on. I think it's because they're running scared that this signals the political end of their political leader. And then we heard from WASP, who manages part of the district coming down on the left-hand side, the southern side. And then we also heard from veteran and the former representative for this area, now member of parliament, in whom we are very, very, very well pleased, Joel Samson. And tonight, I rushed here from previous meetings because I have a simple message for you tonight. The simple message is this, Bonaccord CROWNPOINT. In this election, there is really no other political institution that really is ready and capable and best positioned to represent and to defend the people of Tobago like the Tobago People's Party.
TPP drop the anchor.
And interestingly, while they walk up and down and say Tobago first, we have the only political institution where Tobago is first in our name, Tobago People's Party. We are the only true indigenous Tobago party that is well organized, well oiled, well disciplined, and ready to take charge of this island for yet another 4 years.
TPP drop the anchor.
In this area of Bonaccord CROWNPOINT, I want to briefly share with you some of the mess we had to clean up from the PNM. When we came into office, we met a disastrous situation with the people living on Storbay Local Road, those impacted by the building of a new airport. And while we took a position that Tobago needed a new airport terminal, we believe that the people of Tobago must be treated with dignity and with respect. And there was no reason for the PNM to distress the people of Storbay Local Road to that extent. There were people in that area who died without seeing a cent for their land and their property, who suffered from the stress. I want to tell you, Tobago, tonight, you are too blessed to be distressed, too anointed to be disappointed, and so you must come out and give them some stress for all the stress that they cause you. Put it back on them. And I watched, as I became chief secretary, I watched poor people, and they're talking about Tobago first, poor people coming cap in hand. The monies that they were paid, paltry, undervalue the people's property. And then they had imps birth in Trinidad boasting about how they save millions from paying the people of Bonaccord CROWNPOINT for their land. I want you to remember that and go to the polls and vote against them for their wickedness. They owe you money. They stole from you. They stole your birthright. They stole your land. They took it from you and did not reward you or compensate you properly. And then on top of that, we had a wicked PNM THA that was charging you pound and crown for fresh piece of land to build. And so what was happening to the people in that area is that they were in fact receiving a small check for their land, and by the time they paid the THA for the land, the money done. More than that, many had to pay rent for a protracted period while waiting on the money. So by the time they're really ready to build, they had no money. And it bothers me when I drive through Shervan and Cove and see the unfinished houses. People in the area were living in well-appointed houses for generations upon generations. and today you are struggling to rebuild your home, I want you to never forget that it's PNM that do you that. They did not put you first. They placed the contractors first. They placed the Trinidad policy first. They placed themselves first. And thank God the election came and they lost the election. Because if they did not lose the election, you would not have gotten a chance to even go in the airport first. To even sell in the airport first. But you know what this caring administration did? We said we are going to provide lands for everybody in the area who needed lands. So where we had 2 and 3 families sharing the same compound and the same piece of land, instead of giving them 1 piece of land, we gave them 2 and 3 pieces so that we'd be better off than they were before the airport was constructed. And on top of that, we doubled down and we said, instead of charging $50 a square foot, we will now charge $15 a square foot. 15. And that's why in this election, we will win a seat for every dollar we charge you. 15 seats for the $15 a square foot. And we didn't finish there. We said if you can't pay off for the land in full, pay us any amount you could afford right now, even if it's $100. And we will convert it into an intergenerational arrangement. So you, your children, your grandpicnic them could pay until whenever all they finish pay for the land. And we're giving you immediate rights to go in on the land and start to build. That is how a caring administration puts Tobago first. So when they come and say put Tobago first again, tell them with the TPP administration, you're done there first already. That is what fixing PNM mess looks like. And that's why in this election, we are offering you Nikita Percy.
Percy! Show them no mercy!
We ain't just pick up somebody. We ain't take him up from the gambling hall. We ain't take him up from the roadside. We pick someone with strong community acumen, someone who believes in community, who have worked with community, who have worked with young people, who have taught young people, who grew up in the church, who have good moral values, who have an appreciation of right from wrong. And I know that just like his predecessor, Nutsi, he will not be walking around with 400 food cards in his pocket to try to give a girl so that he could get something from the girl. That is not Nikita Percy. This is a campaign where we are voting for people who are dignified. And so we cannot make the mistake and put this district back in the hands of the people who did not care for you. Because at the time, they were terrorizing the residents in Torbay local ward. The then PNM area rep, who have a business close by to here, was just there grinning his teeth, skinning his teeth. Not one word on behalf of the people of Tobago. Meanwhile, the then chief secretary had to sit down, shut him out, couldn't talk upon your behalf. We are more than talk. We deliver on our promises. We are about action and about people first. And the people of Tobago are always first in our hearts and minds. That's what it looks like to clean up PNM mess. We know that in this area, some extensive work is being done on the playing field. And sadly, it's incomplete. That's years of neglect that we are trying to correct. And I am insisting with Secretary Clarke and the team that they find a way to complete that project as soon as possible so that the football team in this area will get their home field once again after a very long time. That's what cleaning up PNM mess looks like. Look at the Pigeon Point Road. It was a shanty town. It was a tent city. All sort of old tent, old wood up and down the place. And on top of that, we found ourselves in a precarious position where drug dealers were manipulating the area, the enterprises in the area. So you know what we did? We collaborated with the police. We removed the shacks. We built decent, beautiful accommodation. And now, when you drive into Storbay, you see people in a dignified manner plying the trade, not trying to ply the trade by catching up 2 pieces of board, but plying the trade in decency and in dignity. That is what it looks like to clean up PNMS. And then we go into the Buccoo Marine Park. Well, every time something happens there, they jump out of the shell as though somehow this administration is to be blamed. But I remember clearly the then Chief Secretary, in November of 2020, he brought a bill to the House for us to correct what is happening down in the Marine Park. Because everybody know the THA had no law-making power. We could create policy. But when people say they're not keeping it, police can't lock you up, police can't charge you. So in other words, we come like featherweight down in the park. So we agreed. I was a minority assemblyman. I spoke in favor of and I voted for that bill. In fact, all members of the House voted unanimously for that bill. The bill moved from Ansel, a PNM Chief Secretary, to Rowley, a Tobagonian PNM Prime Minister, and we are now in 2025, and up to now that bill and make its way to the Parliament floor. If they had believed in Tobago first, then that bill would have been a priority. And I want to assure you that with our Member of Parliament for Tobago West, Joel Notsis Sampson, and Tobago East, David Joseph Thomas, that bill will make its way to the Parliament floor, and we will be able to correct the misbehaviors happening in the Marine Park. And no, we are not proposing to run them out of the park. We want them to utilize the park. We want them to make big money from the park. We want them to have fun in the park. But we want you to be safe in the park. We had a drowning accident earlier this year in that park. And the amount of diplomatic work I had to do with a British High Commissioner and a Grenadian diplomat for a citizen that had dual citizenship because of a drowning in that park. We had another massive accident in the park, same time. We had to do restorative work on the foot of a gentleman damaged in the park. An ambulance had to fly him out. It had to cost the THA thousands of dollars to fly out their suitcases by themselves. But we could fix that Tobago, Bonaccord, CROWNPOINT by ensuring we vote for a party that is committed to decency, order, and dignity with how we ply our trade. And even as I was rushing here, I got a call from a businessman in the area who is actually offering to come up with whatever it costs to pay for a decent way in which people can ply their trade on no man's land without damaging the environment on no man's land. That is what it means to clean up PNMS. How could you have been in office for 21 years and people still have to settle to selling and running and ducking and hiding from police because they don't have a decent way to ply their trade in the park? And so this is not just an election because we want to win. We need to win to keep Tobago out of the hands of Satan and his children. But more than that, we need to win so that we can continue to bring decency and dignity to the way you live your lives, Tobago. Bonaccord, CROWNPOINT, you now enjoy perhaps greater economic activity than Scarborough. As a matter of fact, there are some days, and even at this hour in the night, it feels as though you are the capital and Scarborough is someplace up in the countryside, like where I'm from. That did not happen by accident, and it did not happen because PNM made it happen. That happened because the people of Bonaccord CROWNPOINT are entrepreneurial in spirit, they are enterprising, they are honest, and they reinvest their monies into their own enterprise. That is why that happened. It's because of you why that happened. And so you have to protect that. You have to protect that in a world where as an island we continue to fight against high levels of crime. Last year for the first time we bust past 24 murders. The year before we were at 14. This year thankfully the numbers are down. But what people don't understand and appreciate in this space is that we had, for example, just 2 weeks ago, they robbed a casino. You know how they got away? By boat. By boat, they got away. And I hear some people saying the radar they have working. Well, if the radar that's on the island, and I'm informed that 2 are on the island somewhere, and they're supposed to pick up all marine craft, how come your radar working? And it's my team I have to send with drone to see where they're going. And even after I do that, Coast Guard don't even have money for fuel to go after the bandits. That's the reality of our Tobago. We had a murder in Plymouth. You know, they escaped by boat, murdered on the junction, and they gone out of Turtle Beach. Gone, escaped, no repercussions. And so as an island community, we have a duty to protect Tobago from becoming like other territories in the region and ensure we can keep this island as an island that is safe, that is secure, that is peaceful, that is loving, and that is about family. We have to ensure that that happens. And so in this election is not just because we love Percy. We think Percy is the best candidate and the only person that might have shoes bigger than Nazi shoes. His foot might be bigger than Nazi own. Might be the only person. But you are supporting Bounty because you want to ensure that you have a firm protector of your community. You are supporting Bounty because you want to be sure that you have somebody who will walk with you, laugh with you, cry with you, play with you, and ensure that he's there in joy and in sorrow for all of your needs, Bonaccord CROWNPOINT. You are voting for Bounty because you know Bounty, you know where he never string tie, you know he's Lucille Pitney, you know the home he was raised in, you know the values he was taught, you know what he did right and wrong growing up. That is the man you must trust. That is the man that you must place your trust in at this time. But not only Bounty, because for some of you, you're voting for Assemblyman Wane Clarke. And I want to tell you, one good turn deserves another one. And Wane Clarke represents the best of us. The best of us. Because when we say we want the greatest little island on the planet, we are talking about a Tobago where people can self-actualize. And I am proud to say I live in a Tobago where a man that sweep the road and cut grass on the side of the road, just like my father, could one day become a secretary in the Tobago House of Assembly and doing a proud job like Wane was Clarke. That is what self-actualization looks like. This is not an elitist thing. This is not just for some of us who have the privilege of university education and to study abroad. This is for all of us and all of your sons and daughters. Clarke is an example that you can do this too. And then, of course, we have on the other side, bordering this district, the one who was baptized recently, born again, become a new creature. And he spoke to you tonight, Mr. Keegan Denoon. And I want to warn you, when fish come up and say shark down there, don't doubt him. And when Keigon come and tell you PNM is a bunch of sharks, they're carnivorous, they don't have your best interests, they will eat you alive, don't doubt him. Believe him. Believe him because I know that must have been a decision that he had to agonize with. And I don't think he realized that in doing that one interview on Liz, that so many people would reach out to him and bother him and provoke him and say, listen, you have this thing wrong. Make an about turn. And I'm sure when he speaks to you in his district, he will tell you that even some PNM people reach out to him and tell him, hey, forget PNM. Go with the anchor. Because right now the anchor holds. And the anchor will continue to hold. And so I want to tell you, Keigon, that other young men are watching. And they understand what it is to be a man. You're not a man until you are able to change your mind. You're not a man until you're able to change your mind and own the fact that you change your mind. And you're not a man until you're able to change your mind for something that is better, much more positive, and something that is good for your island community. And of course, to all of the other nominees who offered themselves in this area, we had such a spectacular crop of people who offered themselves. I see people like Carol Boyce in the crowd who stepped away from the pulpit to sit before a screening committee and to say, consider me. When you see that happen, know that there is something good happening here, that there is a calling from the Most High happening in this place. And so you have to respect that. You have to support such positivity. People like Rhonda Hackett, with all her accolades as an athlete, when nobody was fighting for the people on Tobago Local Road. Let them make fun of her all they want. But when nobody was standing up for Rhonda Hackett was standing up with the people of Tobago Local Road who would be moved for the airport. When nobody was standing for them, she stood for them. Brave, unashamed, unflinching. She stood for them. And we must big her up on a night like tonight. And then when we have a beautician and a worker in public health who says, with all the money that does make in the salon, because them hairdressers make more money than me, you know. Right? When I hear the price my wife does give me to do a little weave or a wig install, I know one day they make more than my day wage. And when she will step out of her salon and say, I am willing to offer myself, know that something good and profitable is in the Tobago People's Party. And so tonight is a night I renew the call for making Tobago the greatest little island on the planet. That is not just a made-up slang. It's not because I want to sound repetitive and redundant, but it's because I truly believe in our power as an island to change and transform Tobago. Who says that Tobago can't be better than any other little island in the world? Who says that this is the best that we can do? I am so tired of us always comparing ourselves to what is the worst in the region. Why can't we match up with the best in the world? Why can't we? I dream of a Tobago where my children, your children, well, I only have one child, so pluralizing might be prophetic, but I dream of a Tobago where my child and your children will be able to compete with the best children out of Singapore and Japan and China and United States and any of the top countries in the world. Our children must be able to compete. That's what I mean by the greatest little island on the planet. I dream of a Tobago where healthcare is supreme. I dream of a Tobago where our public service uses technology, get in touch with AI as they call it, and we become much more efficient. I dream of a Tobago whereby our young people will understand that as an athlete from Tobago, you have an equal chance to stardom and greatness and to represent the country of Trinidad and Tobago. This is about building self-esteem.
This is about building a Tobago that you can be proud of. But most importantly, this is about building you, the Tobagonian. You must be able to walk with your heads high. Proud to be Tobagonian. Don't put down your head at all. Before 2021, you used to have to walk with your head down. Shame to say where you're from, because they were making a mess of this island. Now when you're walking Port of Spain, puff off your chest, put your heads high in the air, and walk with pride, because you have a government that cares about you, and that is about your interests and about the development of the people and the island of Tobago. Finally, I want to end on a very important point. We see how PNM manages. They're down in Trinidad, they're paying a set of ghosts, a set of jumbie in CPP and URP. We came into office, we got rid of all the jumbies and them, and we have a restructured, productive program in CPP and URP on this island. More than that, we came into office, and by 2022, we raised the salaries for every CPP and URP worker before Trinidad could have raised their salary. Because we decided that every Tobagonian deserves a living wage. That is what it means to preside over the greatest little island on the planet. You must have a living wage. So when you look around and you see the things URP doing, see what URP building, see how they're planting, see what they're producing, let's compare that with Trinidad, and you will see that we have a program that is much more productive. And so the good thing about the TPP is that if it was PNM in Trinidad and PNM in Tobago and PNM Trinidad said they're closing down CPP and URP, PNM Tobago would have to close them on down too. But because TPP, we are our own bosses, yeah. Them could close down Trinidad if they want. That is Trinidad's business. The Tobago House of Assembly under the TPP has decided we will keep it open. That is our business. We don't need nobody to direct that show for us. We're firm on that. Very firm on that. And so this is about voting for an entity that protects you. If you make the mistake and vote them into office, you will wake up one morning and see all of those that get put out of work in Trinidad getting work in Tobago. Let us don't fool you about Trinidad contractors. During the time when the People's Partnership was in government in Trinidad and PNM was in charge of Tobago, ask my very good and learned friend Foster Cummings and them where they were getting their contract. They were feeding out of the trough right in Tobago. Ask people like Esther Lejour, whatever her name is, where she was working. You couldn't get work, but she was big advisor in finance because the THA became a cash cow and a cushion for the fall. But I want my good friend, Pretty Penny, to know that Tobago is not available to her and her party for any resuscitation whatsoever. Let she try a next avenue. Let she start by getting rid of the man who is no longer her political leader, who's still trying to run the show in her own party, before she come and tell us what to do in Tobago. And I'm waiting patiently on them, because there is this notion in the PNM that I could do it, and if you do it, it's wrong. That is hypocrisy. There's a notion in the PNM that we are untouchable, that somehow it is their God-given right to own government. Well, not here in Tobago. Tobago never belonged to them. It never belonged to them. They better thank God Tobago had given a little tush to Robinson when he was PNM, and a little tush to Orville London. But Tobago ain't belonged to them. P.T. James was no PNM. And from 80 to present, well, 77 to present, we didn't belong to no PNM. So they get a little tush, and they mess up the place. And now is the time for us to remain true and blue in this island and vote for the anchor. And finally, when there is instability all around, there is a need for stable leadership. There is a need for people to remain steady and focused. Think of all that we have been through. Think of how we were up against for 3.5 years against an uncooperative central government. How they refused to give us the monies we deserve. They refused to sign off on grants. They refused to transfer to our country planning. They refused to give us the money from the CAF loan. They refused and refused any and everything that was meant for the benefit of the people of Tobago in hopes that we will look bad. That is why they backside out of office in Trinidad right now. Because the God I serve don't like unfair business. And he says, leave the revenge to him. So while they were punishing Tobagonians, yours truly was down on his knees praying and said, God, just take your revenge on that wicked man and his wicked party in Trinidad. And I live to see God took some revenge on them. God don't sleep. God don't sleep at all. And one thing I know is that my prayers are powerful. And they are heard because they come from clean hands and pure heart. And so I tell you, given all that we have endured, including the use of state resources and state agencies to not just prosecute but to persecute us politically, and the fact that we're still standing right here stronger than ever is a sign that we are the most stable party to take Tobago through the rough global waters that we are encountering. And so this week, in 2 days, we will be celebrating the 45th anniversary of the modern Tobago House of Assembly. And whenever we get to a day like December 4, we must always remember we never got that assembly because PNM wanted it. We got it because Robinson and the DSC insisted that we get a Tobago House of Assembly. I want you to talk to your grandparents and those who went down in Parliament in 77 to sit in the public gallery among scorns and among bad-mouthing from the east-west corridor PNMites who were degrading the Tobagonian. I want you to talk to them about how they feel. I want you to talk to your parents like my father who got his first job the same year Tobago rejected PNM and voted against Eric Williams and could not get a single salary because Tobago voted against PNM. Talk to them. Let them remind you that PNM never loved Tobago. PNM only loved what they could get from Tobago, not Tobagonians. Certica says 9 months she didn't get paid. 9 months she didn't get paid. And until PNM is willing to come and apologize to the people of Tobago for how they persecuted us, for choosing differently politically, they should not be considered whatsoever. And so, from Charlottesville in the northeast to CROWNPOINT in the southwest, from Scarborough in the south, crisscross all the way to Palatovie and Lansome in the north, we are not voting for any other party but the Tobago People's Party. I am so happy that this anchor holds. I am so happy for this symbol that we have because it is a pointed reminder that it matters not what is happening around us. This ship will remain safe, secured, and anchored safely under the leadership of the Tobago People's Party. Tobago, we can only go up from here. And I can't wait to show you our pledges, our program of activities for the next term and beyond for 20 years. We have already developed the pathway, the economic pathway. And so when we come to you on New Year's Day and reveal all of the pledges for the next term and beyond, you will see how after we had cleaned all of this mess, how we are now building back brick by brick on a firm foundation planted by our ancestors right here in Tobago. And you have to be part and parcel of that. This election is more than what Nikita Percy can do for you. This election is about how you are going to join us hand in hand in building out the greatest little island on the planet. This election is about you understanding that in the next rounds, we are not going to work for 6 o'clock and at 6:15 we don't work. This election is about understanding that if it is the work day ends at 4, we are not running away to pick up our children and not returning to work. This election is about understanding that for everybody that comes into our business, our restaurant, our supermarket, our parlors, into the government office, that they deserve a good customer service and they deserve service with a smile. This election is about understanding that we cannot get food security unless we ourselves go back to our backyards and start chucking some things in the ground. Because if you ain't chuck, you can't look. But once you chuck, you can look for produce. This election has to be about what role you will play, what role the chief secretary will play, what role your area reps will play, because we cannot build this great island by the government alone. You are in the equation. And this is about a covenant between you, the people, we, the leadership of this party, and Almighty God above, in ensuring that we put Tobago on a pathway for development. But for us to be successful, you have work to do. You have to go out and evangelize across the space. You have to walk and knock on doors. Too many people, not sure if they're voting. I don't know if I want to vote. And I want to tell you this, no disrespect meant. This election can't be about you voting because you did not get something personal. This has to be about how the community benefited more than just you, the individual. It can't be a vote because you want a THA work, when in fact the THA cannot employ all of us. This has to be about how I am working to build up this great little island called Tobago. This is about patriotism. This is about love for community. This has to be about the fact that the playing field got fixed. Although I didn't personally get a job, my neighbor's son got one. This is what this election is about. And so, in this election, let us not get carried away because perhaps the area rep didn't give you some money for your funeral. It's not what this election is about. It is good that area reps can do that. And I can tell you, as area reps, we have in fact been doing that. Ask in any of my villages and they will tell you that I have supported funerals and christening and wake and all kind of story. And so not to hide and do it. So my wife and I are spending out my daughter money on wake and funeral and other people christening. One time she asked me if it's my pitney. When she see the bar, she said that had to be your child. But this election has to be more than that. It has to be more than a selfish desire for what's in it for just me. It has to be what's in it for all are we. Because it has to be you, me, and everybody benefiting from the government of the Tobago Island. And so we're coming out on January 12th. We're going out before January 12th and we're getting all our neighbors sign up. We're walking our streets and lanes and gullies. We're crisscrossing the island. And we're saying to everybody, you have to come out in this election. You have to come out and vote. You have to participate. You have to vote for the only real organized party. If PNM honest with you, they will tell you, them not organized at all. Them not satisfied with their own leadership at all. There's a few of them that pretending that they're satisfied. Because one man hijacked the party and then calling it democracy or power for anybody else. Or power for anybody else. This goes beyond holding power and political power. This is about power for the people of Tobago. Because I am certain you have never had a government that you could talk and quarrel with on Facebook and still walk in the office next day and get a hug. Anybody see Ava McCall anywhere here? Let me give you a nice big hug. Because this party is really not about how we feel. is about always listening to the people of Tobago. I see her. This party is about all of we. It's about ensuring that you have a voice. You feel you could have talk Orville on radio station, them days in get Facebook, and get any work in the THA. You would have never get that. But thank God this is not a party run by bad minds. This is a party run by good and intelligent minds who are about the building up of the island and the people of Tobago. And so I want to thank you for a wonderful 4 years. Later this week, it will be our anniversary, 4th year elected into office. Let that be a memento of how Tobago began this great work. And no great work can ever happen without some troubling of the water. No great work could ever happen without some upheavals and rockiness at some point in time. I mean, the world was getting a Messiah, and the first thing the world did was try to kill him. Nothing good and prophetic comes without problems and challenges and obstructions. But once it is prophesied, once it's determined by God, nothing can stop it from unfolding. And nothing will stop the movement of this great political institution. Because long after I have departed this political stage, it must be said that the Tobago People's Party started the great transformation of the island of Tobago. And now Tobago is indeed the greatest little island on the planet. I want to thank you for your support and your enduring love. And we look forward to meeting you in your homes and on your streets. Welcome Mr. Percy in your yard. Welcome Keigon in your yard. Welcome Wasp in your yard. And let us talk. And together, this island will be rebuilt into something we can all be proud of. Thank you, and God's richest blessing.
Thank you, political leader, the Honorable Farley Chavez Augustine. Brothers and sisters, thank you for coming out and pledging your support for Nikita Percy, CROWNPOINT, who you voted for on January 12, 2026. Nikita Percy, thank you for coming out. Let's say thanks to all those who were involved in organizing this meeting. Brothers and sisters, get to your home safely. Remember, tomorrow night, Zion Hill, Bell Garden, 7 p.m. We journey from the west to the east to support Dr. Faith Brebner. God's blessing, love to all. The anchor holds the Tobago People's Party. Thank you.
Remember to like, share and follow for Tobago news and current affairs information at your fingertips.